This interview is for salespeople and the marketing teams that support them that are looking to create more leads by creating killer marketing content. To show us the way, we're joined by Handley, who is the Chief Content Officer of Marketing Profs. They're the largest community of marketers in the world with 360,000 members, and also co-wrote the best-selling book Content Rules, a one-stop source on the science and art of creating good marketing content. In the foreword, David Minier Scott talks about the answer to creating great content is to tell stories.
Right.
Do you mind talking about that?
Sometimes I think that idea of storytelling, at least as applies to business, can feel a little bit, uncomfortable or squishy. It kind of conjures up, bedtime books and fairy tales, that kind of thing. That's all we mean by storytelling is really connecting your product or service in a very tangible way to what it does for your customers or the people you're selling to.
People would like to tell stories, but one of the reasons they don't is because they don't have a clear understanding of the customer knowledge, so they revert back to product knowledge. Do you find that?
Yeah, and I think an easy way to get over that is to just talk to customers, ask them, how does our product or service help you? Tell me a story of how our product or service has eased your pain, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a matter of finding those stories, of kind of unearthing them, if you will.
Creating great content is so important for salespeople because it can take up to 8 to 9 contacts with a potential prospect in order to eventually land a meeting. So how would you potentially use some stories in the nurturing campaign?
In our book, there's a chapter 10 is all about, sort of the complex sales cycle. And we have a chart in there that sort of shows here's some content that you might think about, as nurturing content, for nurturing prospects along the way. Sharing resources, being an authority to a trusted resource, so to speak, to your customers or your prospects. Solve problems for them, show how your products and services can help them. And don't shill, don't just talk about your stuff. So it's not beating your own chest and saying how great you are and how awesome your products are, but really just connecting it to the needs at almost an emotional level of the customer.
If you want to find out more, you can contact Anne at marketingprofs.com. Anne, on behalf of everyone here, I'd like to say thank you for your time.
Well, thank you, Michael. This was really fun.